Hello to whoever may be listening. I wanted to make this video to share my experience with how taking just 7 pills of a commonly prescribed prescription medication has essentially destroyed my reality. To give some background, I'm 27 years old. About a year ago, I decided to move across the country to a big city to kind of get a fresh start after being locked down in quarantine for over a year. After moving, I had kind of goals of self-improvement. I wanted to better myself, better my social life, my romantic life, my physical health, my job performance. Really just wanted to improve everything. I was doing a good job at this. I was working out 3 to 4 times a week. I had an active dating life. I was socializing with friends. And overall doing pretty well career-wise. One of the things I did want to improve on, though, was my ability to focus and stay motivated. I was pretty successful at my job, but I always had struggled with ADHD-like symptoms, so staying focused, particularly on boring tasks, as well as motivating myself to start new tasks, something that I always kind of struggled with, even since I was a kid. So to resolve this, I decided that I wanted to seek the help of a psychiatrist. Particularly, I was looking for maybe prescription stimulant such as Adderall. Other than these ADHD-like symptoms, as well as some mild anxiety, I never had any issues in life, health-wise, either mental health or physical health. I had always been very healthy. I had a good upbringing. Loving parents, supportive family. I'm well educated. I went to college, work in tech. Overall, I think I'm a fairly healthy individual who's relatively successful in life. However, I felt the need to try to shortcut my way to being more successful through medication. I reached out to the psychiatrist, set up a very short video appointment where I explained to the psychiatrist what my symptoms were. They agreed that I had ADHD, most likely, and they suggested that I take a medication that was less addictive than Adderall. They said that Adderall could be addictive and was dangerous taken for a prolonged period of time. So they suggested that instead I take a medication known as bupropion, otherwise known as Wellbutrin by its brand name. They said that this is a antidepressant. However, it has been shown to be useful for ADHD with far less side effects than something like Adderall. So, me trusting the medical system, I listened to their advice, and I filled the prescription for bupropion, generic bupropion, 150 milligrams, extended release, once per day, and decided to give it a try. Little did I know this would be one of the worst decisions that I have ever made in my life. So, I took the bupropion on a Friday. Took it on a Friday. Felt nothing, which is normal. Usually these medications take sometimes a month or better to start to feel effects. So I chopped it up to that and continued to take it. And by the second day, I felt some mild side effects, kind of some mild dizziness and fatigue. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I continued to take it for the next few days, and by the 5th or 6th day, I experienced basically euphoria. All the colors were brighter, everything was funnier. It kind of felt like I was on some kind of psychedelic drug, which is not supposed to happen while taking this medication. So I felt great. I felt very euphoric, but I kind of recognized that this was maybe not a normal reaction. So I continued to take it, and on the 7th day, I continued to feel euphoric. However, I experienced sudden onset, complete sexual dysfunction. So I could not maintain, could not get an erection. It was impossible. I lost all sex drive. And overall just felt disconnected from the world. I'm 27 and never had issues like this before in my life. Sudden, severe erectile dysfunction is not something that one should experience at this age. And obviously, this was extremely concerning for me. So I stopped the medication after just 7 days of taking it. I reached out to my psychiatrist, and he said that this sort of reaction can happen, but it should resolve shortly after stopping the medication. At this point, it had been nearly a week since I stopped, so I figured that in the next few days, things would return to normal. This was not the case. These symptoms continued, and I followed up with my psychiatrist once more, saying that these symptoms are not going away and that I'm extremely concerned. My psychiatrist said that this is something that should not happen. These symptoms should not persist after one has stopped the medication, and that there must be something else wrong with me, that I should see a neurologist. At this point, I didn't know what to do. So I never took the medication again. I decided to wait things out. Within the next few weeks, things only got worse. Not only did I still have issues with my libido, but I also experienced what I've come to know as anhedonia, which is the complete loss of any sort of emotional response to any outside stimulus. So watching a movie, listening to music, talking to friends, seeing a pretty girl, all generate nothing in my brain. It's almost as if I'm just kind of disassociated and like staring at a wall. My brain does not respond to any outside stimulus. Other than that, I experienced alterations in my vision. So colors are kind of dull. I have visual snow, which kind of looks like static in my vision. I've also experienced kind of strange feelings in my body, strange electric burning feeling, which comes and goes. I believe that can be referred to as akathisia. Many other strange sensations: head pressure, severe headaches, waking up randomly in the middle of the night, several times a night. All of these things have persisted for nearly 6 months. Some things have gotten a little better. I no longer feel constant head pressure. I used to experience, when this first started, just horrific, intrusive thoughts, usually surrounding death. Those have gone. However, I'm still left in this just horrible state of depersonalization, anhedonia, brain fog, memory loss. I still feel almost no sex drive whatsoever. I even can't even feel sexual pleasure from stimulus. It's just, it just seems like a sci-fi movie. I never in a million years would have thought something like this was possible. So here I am, over 6 months later. Things have barely improved. I've done plenty of research online about this sort of thing, and it happens to thousands of people, from psychiatric medication as well as medications like finasteride for hair loss, Accutane for acne, and no one knows why this happens. Doctors don't recognize that it's a real condition, and thousands of patients are just left in a state just like me, with no emotions, no sex drive, cognitively impaired, and many other life-altering symptoms. So if you're listening to this and you're going through something similar, just know you're not alone. There are thousands of others just like us who are in a similar situation. It's very common for those that are suffering with this to immediately want to, try different supplements, do all sorts of blood tests, try to figure out what's wrong with you. But the sad reality is that often these blood tests do not indicate anything is wrong. And supplements do not seem to help most people. Sometimes they can even kind of make people worse. And so there's very little understanding of what is going on in our bodies and why this condition has occurred. So I think it's important for us to seek research. That's really the only logical step forward. We need to reach out. We need to make this condition known. Until this condition can be recognized by the general public, we're alone. We can't just continue to take supplements and hope things improve. We need scientific research. We need targeted treatment. So if you're listening to this, I ask that you please consider funding research, or at least raising awareness. Make a video like I have. Share your story. The more we make our voices heard, the sooner we can get out of this.